Om Shanti, Morning Murli, 20th July, Sweet Letter of Bap Dada for sweet children. Essence, sweet children, you are a spiritual army. No one apart from you can protect the world from Ravan. Keep this pure intoxication. Sweet children, you are a spiritual army. No one apart from you can protect the world from Ravan. Keep this pure intoxication. Question: which children's greatness does Bap Dada praise? Baba says, it is the greatness of the daughters in bondage. The innocent ones who remember Shiv Baba even though they are beaten. By being beaten, they continue to become even greater destroyers of attachment, and due to this, their status become even higher. The Father gives patience to such children. Children, consider yourselves to be souls. Children, consider yourselves to be souls. Those bodies don't belong to you. Now that you belong to the Father, your stage will continue to become strong. The Lord is pleased with an honest heart. The Lord is pleased with an honest heart. Song: having found you, we have found the whole world. The earth and the sky all belong to us. Om Shanti. Children are sitting in front. Children are sitting in front. You know that you are an army. Whose army? God's army. What are you doing? You are gaining victory over Ravan. This means that you are liberating the whole world from Ravan's kingdom and establishing your own kingdom. So look how ordinarily you are sitting. You are not using your hands or feet, but you are a very powerful army. You are a very powerful army. You are God's helpers. God is incognito and you too are incognito. He is also called the Emperor. Your war is so powerful and incognito that you conquer the vices and thereby conquer the whole world. You feel that just as that is an army, so you too are a spiritual army. You understand that everything for Bharat depends on you, the army. If our army did not exist, others would conquer us. Those armies, they sometimes chase away the kings and make it a military rule. Those armies, they sometimes chase away the kings and make it a military rule. The military think that no one apart from them can protect their country. So you too have the pure pride. What pride? You too have the pure pride that without you, God's army, no one can be protected from Ravan. Look at the military and look at yourselves. You are what you are. You don't have any uniforms or weapons, etc. Those peoples have so many uniforms. They even disguise themselves with masks. They make face mask at Holi. They also show the army of Rama. They have given Hanuman the face of a monkey. That is just playing with dolls. That is just playing with dolls. You children know that you are now becoming free from the jail of Ravan. The 5 vices. One is the jail of Ravan. There is also the jail of those who follow the dictates of Ravan. There are the chains of devotion, then the chains of the gurus, and then the chains of husbands. You become so unhappy by following Ravan's directions. You call out so much. Ravan is harassing us a great deal. You know that more you souls stay in yoga, the more you become free from sorrow. Innocent ones are assaulted a great deal. They are beaten a great deal. Poor innocent ones call out, what should we do now? The Father gives them patience. It has been explained to you. Consider yourself to be souls. Those bodies are not yours. You have died. You now belong to the Father, and so there is no other way. We belong to Shiv Baba. The stage of true children remains very strong. The stage of true children remains very strong. Their thoughts don't go toward vice at all. Such children don't accumulate sin. If someone uses force on them or harms them, they call out, Baba. They call out, Baba, I belong to you. This body is like a corpse. Those whose intellects have such faith claim a very high status. That is, if they have true hearts. The Lord would definitely be pleased with those who have such honest hearts. Here too, daughters don't remember Baba as much as those who are beaten do. Baba is saying, here too, daughters don't remember Baba as much as those who are beaten do. Their call of being in bondage reaches the Father. Baba, free us from this bondage. Those who are liberated and free from bondage don't remember Baba as much as those who are in bondage do. So only by having remembrance of Shiv Baba will your boat go across. Some says, Baba, they don't even allow us to read a murli. Oh, but just continue to remember the Father. This is explained in the murli every day. The main thing is to keep a chart of remembrance. How long do I remember Baba? Many are unable to make this effort. They repeatedly forget to remember Baba. However, the daughters who are in bondage and experience beating remember Baba even more. So it is the greatness of the innocent ones who continue to remember Baba while being beaten. Baba says, consider yourself to be souls and continue to remember the Father. The more they beat you, the more you will continue to become conquerors of attachment. The beatings enable you to claim a good status. Baba remembers such daughters. Yes, some are very good Maharathis and serve many people and make them into yogis. There is a lot of praise of yoga. So you have to have mercy for everyone. You have to have mercy for everyone. You children refer to the Gita. They only have in their intellects that God Krishna taught Raj Yoga. You say that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul taught Raj Yoga. In order to prove this to them, ask them this question. What is your relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? You say that He is the Father. It is the Father's order to have yoga with Him so that your sins can be absolved. So don't have yoga with any human beings. Don't have yoga with any human beings. If the one who is teaching you is a human being, you would not benefit in. In the Gita, they have mentioned the name of a bodily being. We say that the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is teaching us yoga. You are not defaming anyone. You are praising the Father. However, those who explain have to be very clever and wise because even great scholars and pandits come here. So there is also an army of sannyasis. All the heads of them come. So you children should be so clever that even though you speak very little, the arrow strikes them. Even though you speak very little, the arrow strikes them. There is no need to say a lot because they have a lot of anger too. Their army is also big. If you receive an invitation from somewhere, you can go there. You children can understand which ones among you can challenge others very well. So you simply have to explain the meaning of Alf. There are just two meanings. Alf, the father, says, remember me, and you will become the masters of the world. Only God, Alf, the creator, can tell you this. He is heavenly God the Father. He says, remember me, and your sins will be absolved. Your sins would not be absolved by remembering Shri Krishna. Where is Krishna now? He shed a body and took another one. The incorporeal one is imperishable. The whole explanation is about this. They have made such a big mistake. God speaks, I give you the inheritance of the world. How could Krishna give everyone the inheritance? Krishna belongs to Bharat, but it is the whole world that is impure. The purifier of all is the incorporeal one. So all of these things are in your intellects. You also have the knowledge of the path of devotion. First of all, there is the worship of Shiva. They made a temple of Somnath. Who built such a big temple to Somnath? No one else has the power to do this. Surely they must have been wealthy people at that time to build such a temple. So you children have now understood that you truly were very wealthy. Such a big temple to Somnath was built. It must have been built by an emperor. The deities were worthy of worship themselves, and they then became worshippers. They are the ones who will once again build temples to perform worship. It is not that only the one Somnath temple was built. One started to build it, and then many others also did the same. Then many temples were looted. They obtained so much material from just one temple that they took away camel loads. So when people attack a country, they try to capture the capital. They then become victorious. So it is now in your intellects that Delhi truly was Paristan, the land of angels. Dharamraj established it. Delhi will become the land of angels once again. So we are studying Raj Yoga for that. When you listen to these things, your intellects feel intoxicated. You understand that your kingdom is being established. Our name is glorified. It is said this is an incognito army of non-violence. No one understands such an important meaning. You neither use physical weapons nor the sword of lust. You are the non-violent Shakti Sena. You are the non-violent Shakti army who gains the kingdom with the power of yoga. In order to become the masters of the world, we follow Shrimad and remember the one Father alone. You know that this play is now becoming to an end. This play is now coming to an end. It will then begin anew. You know that this play is now coming to an end. It will then begin anew. This is an imperishable play. It never finishes. However, it is certain that when the new world comes into existence, the old world ends. The cycle continues to turn. This is an eternal drama. Just as they say of God that He is present everywhere, in the same way they say this drama continues to turn. So all the actors of this drama always exist. You know that the incorporeal world and the corporeal world exist all the time. The cycle goes through the golden and silver ages and then repeats. This is an imperishable drama. We actors also exist in the drama. We all have parts from the beginning to the end. Those are just small dramas that become old. This one never becomes old. Does this imperishable drama ever become old? Does this imperishable drama ever become old? No. But we do continue to act out our parts. It becomes old from new and then new from old. So you know that you truly were kings and queens. You have now become paupers. You then become kings from paupers. Paupers means a religious beggar, fakir. The father comes and shows everyone the path. So you should have a lot of intoxication. You are receiving this new knowledge and you only receive it once. You understand that you are establishing your sovereignty over this world by following directions. The father says, remember me and remember your sovereignty. However, there will be those assault. Assaults are also the suffering of karmas. When a man beats a woman, would he do it just like that? You would probably have beaten him as well. That karmic account is being settled. All of this is the account of karma. You are now performing elevated actions by following Shrimat. So you must no longer perform corrupt actions. The most elevated action of all is to give everyone the Father's introduction. You have received the Father's order. Constantly remember me alone. Everyone has forgotten the Father. They continue to worship Shiva, but they don't know anything. They continue to worship Shiva, but they don't know anything. They have also created a big lingam at Amarnath. Is the Father's form so big? Is the Father's form is so big? They don't know anything. So you children have now accurately understood all of these things. You children have now accurately understood all of these things. Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and we spiritual children says namaste, good morning to our sweetest spiritual father. Essence for dharana: always perform elevated actions according to Shrimad. Take care that you don't perform corrupt actions. Do the service of making many others into yogis. Second, have an honest heart. Have an honest heart. That body is like a corpse, therefore renounce having pride in it. Become a complete destroyer of attachment. Become a complete destroyer of attachment. Today's blessing: feel Baba's hand on your head and take blessing. May your intellects have faith and become victorious by being constantly carefree and aware that victory is guaranteed every cycle. May your intellect have faith and become victorious by being constantly carefree and aware that victory is guaranteed every cycle. Baba is saying the children whose intellects have faith always experience victory. Always experience victory in all their worldly work and interaction and in their spiritual work. No matter how ordinary the work may be, they definitely have a right to victory. They never become disheartened in any task because they have the faith that they are victorious every cycle. If the ones whose helper is God Himself don't have victory, then who would? If the ones whose helper is God Himself don't have victory, then who would? So no one can prevent this destiny. This faith and intoxication makes them carefree. This faith and intoxication makes them carefree. Slogan: always be healthy with the nourishment of happiness and fully happy with the treasure of happiness. Always be healthy with the nourishment of happiness and fully happy with the treasure of happiness. Om Shanti. Now invaluable elevated versions of Mateshwari Ji. Invaluable elevated versions of Mateshwari Ji. We say that the cycle is 5000 years and that this cycle repeats identically. Many people have a question about this. The cycle is so big, and so how can be it of 5000 years? The cycle is of hundreds of thousands of years. Seems something has been found which shows that it is the hundreds of thousands of years old. How can people accept that cycle is 5,000 years? How can people accept that the cycle is 5,000 years? If someone says that the history is of hundreds of thousands of years, then say to them, how can there be history of hundreds of thousands of years? All the upheavals and destruction takes place every cycle, and all the kingdoms are also destroyed. So how can your history be proved? How can you know what the accurate history is? So this cannot be proven. The Almighty Authority, God Himself, tells us everything accurately and also grants us a vision with divine vision. So would we not believe that? Even if someone has a vision but does not have faith in it, so God Himself is telling us personally. First of all, we have faith in who is teaching us and how the whole world goes around in a cycle. First of all, we have faith in who is teaching us and how the whole world goes around in a cycle. We have understood this secret, and because of our experience and our practical lives, this is why we can say that the cycle is 5,000 years. We can explain the difference between souls and God, that the form of souls and the God is same, a form of light. The size of souls and the God is the same, but there is definitely a difference in the strength of qualities of souls and God. All the praise of the virtues belong to God. God is beyond happiness and sorrow, and as the Almighty Authority, He is full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees full, and it is all. And it is all His power that is working. The power of human soul does not do that much. The whole part is of God. Although God comes to play a part, He remains detached. When a soul comes to play a part, he becomes an actor, playing his part. Although God enters a part, He is beyond any bondage of karma. When a soul comes to play a part, he is bound by the bondage of karma. When a soul comes to play a part, he is bound by the bondage of karma. This is the difference between souls and God. This is the difference between souls and God. Acha. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Mama.